Hawk Talk with President Van Wagoner.
Well, Alexis Race, welcome to the Hawk Talk podcast. It's great to have you here, and I look forward to the conversation. So, with our time together, we can start with your origin story of your superhero journey. Tell us a little bit about your born and raised, and how you found yourself to MVCC.
Sure. So I'm from Norwich, New York, very small town, rural area. So my class size was about 125. I was an honor student in high school. I took college classes my sophomore, junior, and senior year. And I really found a passion for radiology in 7th grade. So in 7th grade, I did a shadowing opportunity at my local hospital. I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and that is what I worked towards my entire rest of middle school, high school career. So I can honestly say that community college wasn't my idea necessarily. It was what my career was and what led me here, which I'm very thankful for, because I didn't ever picture community college being in my path for my career, but it was. And so I started looking into what colleges had the radiology program, and I found MVCC as being one of the top schools for that program in our area. So I really enjoyed the application process of the radiology program here. There was just the standard college application, and then there was the secondary application, just based on your prelims and courses that you already took, your GPA, and then if you met those qualifications, you had a letter of intent to say why you're passionate about it, how you found it, why you want to do it. And then there was an interview part if you made it to that round, where they took the top 50, interviewed them to select their class size of 21. So I really enjoyed that whole process, just because I knew that everybody that I was going to be with had that much interest and just as much passion as I did in my career. So to be in a class with 21 other students with that same drive was a really, really good experience for me in college.
So did any of your family and friends, did any of them attend to a community college before you? So there wasn't?
No. I was the first one in my family to attend community college. Other members in my family attend college, but first one for community college. So really it was not on the radar at all. Wow. My high school, honestly, never talked about community college. Whenever I went into, a guidance counselor's office, it was always, look at these four-year schools, or look at these private schools, look at these SUNY schools, and community college just was never talked about. And I'm just so thankful for my journey, so I could have this experience, go back to my hometown, and really share my passion and talk about community college the way that it should be.
Yeah. And the radiology program, interesting, as a community college, it's open door access admissions, but then when you get into certain programs like the radiology, yes, it's as competitive as going to medical school. I mean, it's a very specific
and honestly,
set of criteria to get in.
When I, realized, I'm going to be going to community college, I faced a lot of backlash in my hometown from many different people from my school, my classmates. Nobody really expected me to go to a community college just because I was in the top of my class. Like I said before, I took honors classes, college courses. I was very involved in my school, student government, and just nobody expected me to go to a community college, I don't think. So when I started talking about it, people would say things to me like, oh, well, I thought you were smarter than that. I thought you could get into a better school. And, oh, well, you're from a decent family. I thought you guys could afford for you to go to a SUNY school or a four-year school. And I just was like, whoa, I don't think you understand. And I actually felt like I had to defend myself with the radiology program, with how prestigious it is, and say, I don't think you realize what I'm going for. I'm going for the radiology program. It's not actual community college, if you want to say that. So I just felt like I had to defend myself. But through my whole journey here and my time here, I really realized the value of what community college is and what it can do for people, and the opportunities that it can give all of their students. And that is why I've really flipped my whole mindset around about community college, and go back to my hometown and talk to those people who wanted to go against me or disregard me for going here, and just explain to them that the value and opportunity that it really has for everybody.
Mm-hmm. And so not having a sense of community colleges really, and then you get accepted to the Rad Tech program, and then what did you find when you came here?
When I came here, this is going to sound funny just because it is community college, but I felt like a home away from home. It was another community that I really got immersed with. I joined clubs. I created a club, actually, a dance club that we performed at basketball games, halftime shows, little pop-up shows in the cafeteria, just any little opportunity that we had to perform, we did, and it was so much fun. But I really got involved here. I worked in the admissions office. I gave tours just because I became so passionate about community college and wanted to tell everybody about it. So I loved walking around campus, giving tours, and just any little opportunity that I got to talk to somebody about community college, I wanted to.
The Rad Tech program is so intense. The fact that you had time to have an on-campus job, get involved, and even create a student club.
Yes.
A lot of different activities compressed into a 2-year period. What was your favorite part of attending MVCC?
My favorite part would certainly be all of the connections that I made on campus. Even being able to walk into the dining hall and have the chef know my name. Hi, Alexis, what do you want for lunch today? It just makes you feel so comfortable here. And the more comfortable that you feel away from home really motivates you to do better during your time here. So while I was here, just the comfort level, the community atmosphere, every single department that I've ever gone to, everybody is so kind, so welcoming, and always willing to lend a hand and help you in whatever you need to do to be successful here.
Great. So you completed the 2-year program on time, 2 years
Yes.
in and out. And what did you do after you graduated from MVCC?
So before I even graduated, I had multiple job offers, multiple job opportunities, which is amazing. I know so many people who graduate from college and just have no idea what they're going to do with their degree in the first place, let alone have job offers. So the fact that I had multiple job offers on the table for me before I even graduated was a huge blessing. So I took 2 job offers, working at 2 different hospitals at the time, part-time at each, going back and forth, and now I'm at one, which is my local hospital, which is like a full circle moment for me. I'm back at the hospital that I shadowed at back in 7th grade in my hometown, now to actually be a tech there, to see my whole journey come, like I said, full circle. It's really been an awesome experience.
Fantastic. So working in your field of study, and then I understand you've come back to MVCC just a little bit.
I
Can
have.
you share a little bit about
I
that?
can't completely step away. I love it so much. So I continued my education after MV. I received my bachelor's degree, non-traditional. I did it online, so I was able to work full-time and also get my bachelor's at the same time. I did that so that way I could be an adjunct professor here for the radiology program. Again, just my passion drives me to keep coming back here and talk about community college. And now I am actually pursuing my master's degree in higher education, so I could potentially be back here full time and really invest in this college.
Fantastic. So as the years have gone by a little bit, although not too many years, since you were a student at MVCC, if looking back, if you had to pick one particular moment or experience, does a story come to mind?
I honestly would say probably my first day here on campus. I walked into the admissions office. Dan Ianno, director of admissions, came out, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. That I don't have a name here yet. I don't know anybody yet, and my admissions counselor at the time, she was so fantastic. She was so welcoming to me, gave me so much information about the school. I got a campus tour, and I just knew that I was going to have a home away from home for 2 years. And when he came out and met me my first day here, I just thought that was the coolest thing, and it made me feel so special. And when I went back to my hometown and told everybody, and I met the director of admissions, and they were like, what? That doesn't happen very often. So just the fact that everybody here, and I can honestly say every department that I've gone to, nobody is afraid to step up and help somebody and be there for somebody and really make sure that everybody has an overall great experience here and make sure that everybody is successful.
As you talk with people, I'm just going back to the conversations you've had with people who doubted your coming to a community college.
Right.
What are like some of the myths that you debunk along the way for them? Assumptions they have about community colleges that you turn on its head?
Right. So one that I got was that they thought that I wasn't smart enough to get into another school. So that might have been why I was going to community college. Just since I was in honors and college classes in high school, they just assumed that I was above community college. And another one would be that I wasn't able to afford a bigger school and I had to go to community college because it was cheaper. And I've been able to debunk both of those just by saying, even if that was or wasn't the case, either way, the opportunity that community college sets you up to have for your future. I graduated here at the age of 20 years old, and I paid off all my college debt by the age of 21. So the fact that I'm 21 years old, I have a full-time job opportunity that I've already been working at for an entire year, making very good money, continuing my education at the same time, getting cross-trained at my job that they're paying me to do, and having no college debt, while other of my classmates that graduated at my time still have 2 more years of school, plus maybe a master's degree, still accumulating college debt to go on to. It just, to me now, looking at it, it just makes sense. Like, why would you not start with a 2-year degree, set yourself up, and then even if you do have to go on for something further with whatever career you choose in your personal life, then that's fine. But if somebody chooses to set themselves up and that's what's going to make them successful in the long run, I just couldn't imagine putting somebody down just for choosing to go to a community college just because of the stigma that it has. So that is why I've really chosen in my life to go back and debunk all of these myths and break the stigma of community college, because it really is such an incredible opportunity that so many people don't understand the value of.
Yeah, you're like a living embodiment of, there's a social media hashtag called hashtag NCC stigma.
Yes.
That a lot of us community college presidents and many others try to identify that and get that out on social media. And you are a living persona of that whole movement. So thank you for that on behalf of our entire sector.
Well, I can't thank MVCC enough for everything that it's done for me in my life. And I'm only 24 years old. And the fact that I'm here talking to you, telling you my success story because of community college that I didn't even have on my radar to begin with, I'm very blessed for everything that has happened in my life because of community college.
And thinking back to you starting your own club here, we have 50 student clubs. We have on-campus jobs for students, different ways to get involved, the programs and everything. What advice would you have for current students at MVCC? My
advice really would be to find something that you're interested in and get involved, because that's just going to add overall to your experience. And it really does give you a break from the academic portion of college here, and gives you the opportunity to meet so many people. I'm a very social person, so that was a perfect opportunity for me to make more friends that I knew outside of my actual classes on campus. And just the more that you can get involved here, I highly recommend. And last question, reflecting on your time at the college, what does MVCC mean to you? MVCC means to me opportunity. And I say that because, again, just my recap of my whole story, I never would have thought that I would have attended a community college, and just the opportunities that I've been given from my community college experience and everything that has brought me in my life, I can honestly say that opportunity is the key word here for me. Very good. Well, MVCC alum Alexis Race, thank you for being on the Hawk Talk podcast. Thank you for having me.
Hawk Talk with President Van Wagener.